if some sexy young blonde TSA agent would like to feel me around to see if I have some concealed weapons on me, she is more than welcome. However, what it turns out is it's some slob named Sal who goes, I got to pat you down. And apparently these pat downs are pretty invasive. And I've seen quite a few photos of this. Okay, and I've seen the way this is done and videos of this, and it's relatively invasive. For women, they do touch you. Other women touch you right down the middle of your chest, so they're going to feel your breasts. They're going to feel right around that area. Then they feel on the insides of your legs for men and women. All right, so this is an invasive procedure. So one guy in San Antonio, this guy named John, he ended up going up to the TSA checkpoint, and he was expecting, because it said on the TSA website, we only have the metal detectors. He said, I'm more than happy to take my shoes off, go through the metal detector. I just don't want to be naked, and I don't want to be felt up. Can we possibly avoid that? So he gets to the station. So he says, yeah, this is not happening. I'm not going to do this. He actually recorded most of the incident on his phone, and you can see the videos. We're going to put them up on the blog, All Politics Radio. Actually, they're up on the blog now, allpoliticsradio.com. You could see the full videos of what he was talking about, and he just literally, he let his phone go through the scanner, and he was just recording the whole time. It was actually kind of cool to see, and the video kind of sucks, but here's some of the audio when he was first being detained.
They wouldn't let me. I'm not going through the X-ray machine. I'm happy to use the metal detector like everybody else. 80% of these people are going through the metal detector and not being felt up. I don't see why I should be any different. I'm happy to walk out of here. Well, somebody's got to. You guys are free to go catch it. Like I said, I'll pay you back for the ticket. I'm happy to get the cost of the ticket if that's what this comes to. Only Suzanne. I mean, you're her dad. Never mind. I'm not letting these guys touch me where only my wife and my doctor are allowed to. What they're doing here would be illegal if they weren't the government.
All right. What they're doing here would be illegal if they weren't the government. He also said towards the end there was saying, I only will allow people to touch me there if they're my wife or my doctor. And I like that line, and I think it's absolutely right. Now, some of the problems I had with what this guy did, and believe me, there's not many, he started lawyering around there. He started dropping some legal phrases and stuff like that, and that's where you can get into a little bit of trouble. You try to go, wit to wit with a witless person, it's not going to work, because these guys, these TSA agents, as we've described many times, they're the guys, they applied for the job of putting eraser tips onto pencils, like that job of inserting eraser tips, or like painting lines in parking lots, and they failed at those jobs so poorly that their job now is to work at the TSA. These people are failures, and let me tell you, they did not give this guy an easy time. So what you heard there was the exchange. 6 TSA agents and a local police officer were brought over because this guy said, no way, nope, I'm not doing this. He also had a bit of a controversial line in there in which he said, you know what, since 9/11, I feel like this whole security apparatus has gotten out of control. He said, I'm paraphrasing there, but that's around what he said. And he used the words, he invoked 9/11 at an airport, which automatically raised some eyebrows of the TSA men and women. And that wasn't good. But I like I said, I'm not against this. This guy what he said was truthful. What he said is correct. But, of course, he got called out for it. He is seen immediately as a threat, and that's one of the problems with the security apparatus. You're automatically presumed guilty, all right, guilty. And this is when every security expert in the world, and this is the most amazing part, when every security expert in the world, from the Israelis to the UK to all these others that are run privately for the most part, the Israelis, I think, are still run by the state, but, they know what the hell they're doing. In Israel, folks, you don't have to take your shoes off. This is a country that's more under threat than any other nation on earth, okay? Surrounded by 1 billion Muslims who all want them dead, okay? And this is a country that says, no, you don't have to take your shoes off when you're flying El Al, all right? I mean, it's amazing to me. or Air Israel, whatever it may be. And it's just it's pretty nuts that here we're subject to this heavy duty screening like this, and you're presumed like you're guilty. You have to leave. So he says, you know what? Fine, you're giving me my options. His 3 options where you can be groped, you could be photographed naked, or you can leave. All right, so they escorted him. These 6 TSA agents and a local police officer escorted him out. And then all of a sudden he goes up to the American Airlines counter, tries to get his money back. He ends up eventually getting his money back. And what happened? But a security inspector, after he's totally left the security area, comes up to him. Take a listen.
For your benefit, can I get a contact number?
For your benefit.
For my benefit?
Yes, sir.
I think we're done.
Actually, sir,
my benefit has been achieved.
No, sir. I'm trying to give you some mitigating factors in your favor.
Some mitigating factors.
I'm sorry. What mitigating? Mitigating what?
Remember the civil penalties I told you you could be subject to for failing to.
So are you going to subject him and this officer and the 4 TSA members who escorted me out to those same penalties?
No, sir, I'm not.
They directed me to break the law and escorted me out and told me that my only choice was to leave the airport. Okay?
Tyner, was that the name?
I think you've got a record of it back there. All my pertinent information is on the record.
Well, I'm just trying to be polite and call you by your name. That's why
my name is John.
John. Okay, John.
I would like to leave.
And I understand.
So can I leave?
What I'm asking you to do is cooperate.
Notice he doesn't
I've
answer.
already cooperated with your officers, and they asked me to.
With them, you didn't
and they
cooperate
asked,
with me.
well, I
Okay.
cooperated with them. They asked me to leave the airport.
Okay,
I went and got my ticket refunded. I'd like to be on my way.
So you want to be non-cooperative with me as well.
I don't understand why I have to be cooperative with you.
I
You're
didn't say you had
preventing
to.
me
I
from
didn't say
leaving the
you had
airport.
to. I'm not preventing you from doing anything.
So I can leave.
Okay? If that's your choice, you go ahead.
You intend I would like to leave now. If I'm free to go, I would like to leave.
What I'm trying to get you to do is cooperate, so as like I said,
To what end?
To the end of it would look better for you when we bring the case against you that we're going to bring. Okay, that you cooperate. That's all.
You bring that case.
All right, so here's what the guy said, basically, what this security agent thug comes up to. And by the way, there's a lot of exchanges in this. Now, we cut this down a lot, but these were the 2 main exchanges that I noted from listening to the whole thing.